It's time to roast myself again. I've not been trading super well lately, but I will give it to myself. I mean, last time I made a video saying I have been trading well, this funded account was only up 180 or something, and now I'm up 1,000 on this one, and then on the new one I'm up 200. So I did very good, like improving from that at least. I'll show you my freaking trades where it was in the beginning of August. Like, look at all the freaking losses I took. And I still managed to end August up. My head's covering it. My big, beautiful head. $730. So, oops. And so far, September just hasn't been good. Like, I'm down 166. See it down here. And I mean, I put in this column I mentioned it in the other video where I basically put, do I think after the fact, like, was this actually a good trade? Or was it just like, it was an emotional trade or I broke a rule, whatever. And you can see it is a pretty big improvement because I took a lot of bad trades here. And then it was like mostly yeses and then freaking four in a row. And it's been good again, but it's still like they're they're good trades, but there's always like a little bit, something's off. I either freaking rush into it or I stop myself out. Which that's what this other trade is. I can show you a screenshot just because it'll be easier to freaking than trying to find all these trades on the charts. So this was yesterday. I entered and I ended up like this is a good trade. New week opening gap, golden pocket, fair value gap. Um, you can see all the confluences right here. And we had a 1 minute inverse fair value gap. Good. It was going against a strong downtrend, which you can see on the 15-minute chart here. Um, but I mean, it was good. I kept the risk small because I knew FOMC was the next day, which is today. And I freaking got greedy. I was like, I only have 2 micros because I was risking this candle's low. Let me just add one more because it looks strong. Like then I can, I'll increase my profit. And I lowered my stop to here, got stopped out, re-entered, um, which is breaking my rule. But this candle just proved it was even strong once more, and got stopped out here once it hit the daily loss limit of 150. It didn't even hit my profit target, which I had at 5706 near these highs. And that was another mistake. Like I'm going against a strong downtrend. Um, I should have probably taken first profits at like the golden pocket of this range, which was around here. But yeah, like that's one example. I was just being greedy on that trade. The trade before that, this was a good trade. This is it in the that this was yesterday morning, and this one also I just got a little bit lucky. I kept trailing my stop and adding, and it worked out. I actually did very good adjusting my plan on this one because it was choppy. So I only took a quick move. Here again, like this trade. I mean, this isn't really what I can't tell if let me see what you guys see. Okay, so right here, there's some trades I take that look like this and they end up being good. So I guess something I want to avoid is me changing my strategy and changing my rules just based on like a couple losses, because I've taken a trade like this where it doesn't look super clean. Like it's not a quick move up in and out like right here, for example. And it's also kind of chopping, but realistically, I I think that the entry was good, but I should have just left it at 1 or 2 micros, like half position, and then waited for the next candle to form to see like, okay, is it actually gonna continue lower or is it just gonna chop around? And I did stop myself early, so at least I can say that. So I minimized the loss, but because I knew it was choppy, because it wasn't super clean in and out, I should have just done half position. So like this one, I don't remember if I said it. Yeah, I put no for that one. And like the trade, like yes, it was a good trade, that first one I showed you, but realistically, like I managed it poorly, this one. Um, so it's like it was a good trade, like it was a good entry, it was just managed poorly. So I guess there's two separate things. There's like my trading is pretty good. It's just managing lately has been poorly. Like this one was another win, but I took profit here and I didn't take profit at this swing high here because the next swing high was close. Again, I think I just got freaking greedy. And this was Monday, which also I could have expected it to be choppy, less big moves in ideal markets. So I should have honestly taken something off there. Um, yeah, like I think I'm too focused on the results still, which like it's hard to freaking not. It's hard to not be. So that's just something I'm working on, and like I don't know. I feel like I can reduce the losses more, but at the same time, I don't want to do what I said before, where I freaking change my strategy, change my rules based on just like a few trades. That's why in my trading plan, I have written here. Let me zoom in for you guys. Trade in batches of 20 to make sure I'm always following the rules and not changing the strategy trade by trade or day by day or week by week, because that's something I struggle with. It's like overanalyzing and overthinking and being like, oh well, last week if I did half position, or last week if I took profits earlier, or this or that, it would have been better. So let me do that this week. But it's not necessarily how the markets work, in my opinion. Um, so yeah, right now I mean my P&L is still uptrending. I didn't trade today, so that's good. Even though there was a setup here that ended up being pretty nice because we dipped into the. I can show you on freaking here. Because we dipped into this 15-minute fair value gap. Nasdaq did as well, and it was a very clean 1 minute inverse fair value gap. More clean on Nasdaq. Um, and you can see, I think I probably would have aimed for new week opening gap, so who knows? But I didn't want to trade because I might have taken a trade in the morning, but I didn't see a setup. It didn't look ideal because we had like divergence, both bearish and bullish. And I saw kind of like both longs and shorts. And it just felt risky taking a trade. I might have taken one in the afternoon if it was like a perfect setup, but especially since it's getting later, it's like now 1 p.m. There's 1 hour before FOMC starts. Here, this is 30 minutes before FOMC starts, and you can see it's already starting to act freaking volatile and like choppy. So, I kind of start rambling. Sorry if this confused some of you guys, or if it's hard to follow me. Uh, but I feel like every time I make a video like this or like expose myself, um, kind of point out my flaws and like how I'm not trading well, it always helps. Um, that's why I always tell like people say like, oh, I want to start posting content, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, freaking do it. I feel like me posting content like my trades, my recaps, sometimes they don't perform as well, but a large part of why I do it is for myself, because it does help to like expose yourself. Be like, oh, Yeah, last week I took this trade. Let me look back at that. What was my thoughts behind it? So we'll see. It's also like halfway past halfway through September, so I just felt like, I'm not like I ended August strong. I made the adjustments here, and like I made 1,000 freaking 700 just in those uh 7 days, and then a bunch of losses down 700. So yeah, I mean, it's just it's a little annoying to look back at this P&L here and be like, oh, my P&L is where it was back in uh, August 8th, like over a month ago, you know? And I think even further back than that. It's freaking, if I clear this, 2,400-ish. Yeah, back in September, July 25th, my P&L was at 2,300, which right now I'm at 2,400. So it's just like, it's still uptrending, but it's just, I want to, obviously it'd be nice if we all just had a consistently uptrending chart, but it's just like, um, I feel like I can still do better not forcing an ideal trades. And when I do feel like, I take it or it's in unideal markets, I need to adjust my plan and not just do full position. Uh, yeah, because I feel like my P&L could look much better than it does. And I go on a lot of losing streaks. Like I feel like I can cut that out. So I think today was good because I didn't take a trade. So it's like you know, it's a start of me trying to be more focused on the trades. So we'll see where it goes from here. Uh, Again, the I have two accounts now, so 250Ks. The plan is, because I got this new one, is to take one trade per day in the morning on this account and one trade in the afternoon on this account, and that's it. Um, and again, I'm going to do that for 20 trades. I've already thought about changing it, uh, but I'm just going to stick to it, and we'll see where it goes from here. Hopefully, I go a couple. Because hopefully, the next time I make a video roasting myself, it's much further in the future. But I mean, I'll make these videos and review my trading as much as I need to. And FOMC starts in freaking 8 minutes. So I'm gonna get my dog and I'm gonna do a freaking trading signal on his prop firm. We'll see how that goes. That's gonna be fun. Peace out, guys.